Sorry.
Mr. Holden, we are live.
Okay, at this time, we will call the building board meeting to order. Please take the roll.
Kliblitz,
Here.
Baylor,
Here.
Sardina,
Here.
Holdman.
Here. Are there any persons desiring to be heard by the building board? Consideration of the minutes from January 6th.
I'll make a motion to approve January 6 minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, for new business, occupancy permits. The first one is for Peak Performance Professionals located at 12701 West Hampton.
Yes, so this is a reapplication of sorts. They had a previous occupancy permit last year. When we went through the rezoning of the property, they submitted a letter to us saying that they were vacating the property. They then took occupancy again once the whole process was completed. It was brought to my attention that they were occupying the building again. I contacted the owners of the building and they then had them contact me. They filled out their occupancy permit again. Their use is similar but different, where this is more, before I believe it was focused on training of athletes. This is now targeted more towards, as you can see in the email that we had back and forth with them and the assistant village administrator, it's focused on more pre and post surgery riders and measuring various factors for health, where they're testing before they start the program and then after they start the program. The owners of the business are here if you have any questions for them specifically, but this part of the building is not going to be part of the building that's being reconstructed and altered per the building permits that they have pulled. So they are currently occupying that section, and they are going to be using it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday on the times listed on the application. So if you have any questions, I invite you to ask the owners of the business to come up to the podium.
I don't know that I have a question per se for them, but more so that was my understanding when we gave the occupancy permit for the doctor's office, that that's all that was going to be there. And this was for the doctor's office and everybody had vacated. So the initial biking business and file keeping in the basement. And then now we find out that they have a tenant without kind of talking about it, right? So I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, and so I spoke with Steve Fettig, who is, so you met Bob Fettig when the whole rezoning was done. Steve Fettig is his son. He called me and we had a good half-hour conversation. And then we had, again, the email back and forth with the owner of P3. So when we rezoned the doctor's office, I believe Mr. Fettig, when he spoke, it was going to be, he let us know that it was going to be independent doctors that were going to be operating out of there. So those doctors are not affiliated with the doctor's office specifically. They're not hired on by the doctor's office. The doctor's office provides the clerical work and the space for the medical professionals. So then these individuals sublease from the doctor's office to then perform their private practice. So again, they're not a conglomerate of doctors. They're all independent. So they all would have to get their occupancies. So from what was communicated to me by Mr. Fettig was there was confusion over the occupancy permit process, in that somehow he didn't realize that when the occupancies were, when the letters were sent saying that they vacated, that they couldn't just take, sign another lease and take occupancy again without going through the permit process. So again, they were very quick to remedy the situation once it was brought to their attention that it needed to happen. So that's kind of the
Explains it. How long have you guys been up and running in there again?
November.
Okay.
Yeah, just to kind of step back again, is that I don't have an issue with your business. I guess my issue is that we're seeing another problem with the same person again. That we saw initially was the son, and then the father came in and made everything better, right? And said, he was going to make sure stuff is correct. And then the son again now is taking a step back by just, I didn't know. And
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. So it has me a little worried as we continue to go forward.
correct. And I expressed my concerns to Mr. Steve Fettig in my phone call, where I expressed the village's basically disappointment that we made all this progress. We were moving in the right direction after the first couple hiccups that we had, and then it felt like we took a step back because there wasn't the communication there, and we had to have a cop drive by at 7 o'clock at night to see that there was people in there to know that there was actually an occupancy. So I said, hey, you're on, some thin ice here with us. Just
This
because
is
of
one of
this.
a couple
So-
issues that have been on with that building.
Correct. So again, I expressed my disappointment and my expectation that going forward, we're not going to be having any more issues.
Okay.
So as far as what I can do, I've voiced everything that I can to the owners of the building.
So did he not know that if you sublet a space out, that they need an occupancy? Is that the whole gist of this?
Yes, for the most part. And then I think there was some of the confusion where they had the occupancy, then they rescinded the occupancy to get the rezoning done, and then they took occupancy again. So I think there is maybe the confusion of was it actually invalidating the whole occupancy permit that they went
Is
to
the company
first time?
name the same?
No, it isn't.
Okay, so I mean, that right there is kind of, right? Technically, it's a totally different business, not the same business coming back to something they left, correct?
From when I saw the letter to the village, the name on the letter was P3, Peak Performance Professionals. I have that in my email that it's the same name.
Is it the same name or is it not? You just said it's not. It's not the same company,
There's the doctor's office, and then there's my business, Peak Performance Professionals.
right?
We had been together in the space that I was in last time. So we had already had a relationship for two companies in the same space.
So is your company currently that's in there, because the premise is different, right? One's was athletes, that's what you were training. Now it's more medical, physical, right? So is the company name still the same? Are you the same company? You just switched your business plan?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the same name.
Correct.
Then I can understand part of how that happened.
What led to the change in focus? Just kind of curious.
Overpopulation.
Okay.
We actually
Fair enough.
had a year and a half, 2 years of not having it. And now when we've come back, clientele is different. There's some of the same people, but the clientele are different with their needs.
I would think there's more clientele versus people training for stuff versus people that need
For Olympics,
rehab.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank
No,
you.
that's great. Thank
Yeah.
you. I don't have any other questions for that.
Questions?
I was gonna say, with that said, I make a motion to approve the occupancy for Peak Performance Professionals at 12701 West Hampton.
I'll second that motion.
Motion is made and seconded. Are there any further questions on the board?
No.
If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank
Good to
you.
go. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Next up is an occupancy for Detecta Pro Products LLC located at 4565 North 126th.
So personally, I'm very excited about this space being taken because it's been sitting vacant for some time. And the previous use, the property in and of itself is pretty, it's in need of a facelift, I'll just say. So I'm very happy to see that this building is going to become occupied, and they're going to be doing a lot of repairs to the building as indicated on their application. They're going to be kind of doing their wholesaling and storage and distribution of materials through the building. They, as it says on the application, they sell food processing related metal detectable products, and they provide a list. There's not going to be any outside storage. The one thing that I did have some concerns about, but I did talk to the owner of the business, who I believe is also here, is the parking situation when it comes to the on and offloading of the box trucks. I believe that we're probably not going to have too much of an issue with that, just because he said that for the most part, the parking is going to be 10 minutes, if that. They have a forklift that they bring out there. They load, unload pretty quickly. And the visits are somewhat infrequent. They're not an everyday occurrence, but they are somewhat frequent, but also not super infrequent as well. So
Does that building, everything come from the front then?
and I think there's an alleyway that if you
It looks
if,
like,
the,
yeah.
if you want to come up and just provide.
I mean,
There's parking for, cars in the front of the building, and then there's a side drive that leads back.
Is that where your dock is?
There's no dock.
Oh,
or opening, I mean, a garage opening of some sort,
I
or,
mean, we have there's
It's
a
on
door that,
126, yeah.
that
Yeah.
front faces,
Yep.
but, the semis, they are very infrequent at this stage, and then if ever, it's one pallet in and, on and
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So,
right,
yeah.
right.
And I wouldn't suggest they try to back into that little alley.
right. Are you relocating or is this an
I've
expansion?
I've been renting since '08 over behind Schwabenhof.
Oh, okay.
Those guys, the Cutwell guys sold the building, retire, and rent's gonna go up, and my friends are starting to retire, and I said, no, and I'm looking to buy a business. So.
It's a very,
Guys are on different paths.
it's kind of a cool business for as many products that I was on your website that you
Right.
have for
Yeah.
detecting
I've
all the way to
never heard of
gloves,
such a business,
picking
but-
up pieces of metal out of
Well,
food
we
or,
made a metal content. Yeah.
right.
So-
But
And a lot of our stuff is made right here in Wisconsin, so.
that's great.
Yeah. Terrific.
Yeah, and my business, and I'm there by 8:30 and gone when UPS picks up. It's all,
Wonderful.
that. Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Thanks for coming in.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
We need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the occupancy permit for Detective Pro Products LLC located at 4565 North 126th Street.
I'll second that.
Motion is made and seconded. Any other discussion on a motion? All in favor?
Aye.
That was there, Tom. Okay, excellent. That motion passes. On to our second item, and that's for a sign permit for the doctor's office at 12701 West Hampton.
Yes, so a rendering is provided by the sign company in the packet of what that sign is going to be looking like. The dimensions of the sign are provided on the application, but it looks like it's going to be 96 inches by 44 inches and one-sided. I did ask the company if they were going to do any type of street-facing signage. They said that it's just going to be replacing where the Chase Bank sign was.
Sure.
So it looks like a pretty nice sign. I'm hoping that it kind of covers up some of the scarring, or they paint over that to make it look nice with what the sign was before. But I have no issues with the sign permit at all.
So that, and I don't see any of them here about it, but so it has, as long as we're on the doctor's office again, so it has come to my attention recently about some of the things being brought out of the building that didn't belong. So have those issues been all addressed, and is our police department comfortable with where things are at?
I will defer to Mr. Zalewski on the police department part, but I believe that it was taken care of. I was told that the items that were taken out of the building were left there when the former business Egon vacated the property, and when I talked to Mr. Fedek, he was unaware that they were moving them that day.
Okay.
But
So
those items were not supposed to be there regardless of when they were taken out or what.
To begin with.
The only
correct,
thing that was supposed to be in that basement was files.
correct.
But I mean,
And
we're all,
they did invite the village if we wanted to go and tour that space to ensure that everything is up to our
okay, that's good.
and I did offer that to the police chief.
Okay.
So if he wants to take them up on that, he
Yeah,
is more than
okay.
welcome to.
I'm good with that. Does that satisfy any concerns from the board? Any other way? Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the sign for doctor's office at 12701 West Hampton.
I'll second.
Motion is made and seconded to approve the sign. Any further discussion on the motion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes.
I'll also make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 It's at 5:58. Well, in the nick of time.
No.
Nice job.
Yes.